a popular cause, which is very popular, but backed by initially irregular forces which are not regular armies, and which are not as armed as the establishment army.
The Kabamba attack that marked the beginning of the protracted guerrilla war was technically not started by the National Resistance Army, NRA. It was launched by Yoweri Museveni's Popular Resistance Army, PRA. However, as the conflict expanded, PRA later merged with Yusuf Lule's Uganda Freedom Fighters, UFF, to form the National Resistance Army, NRA.
What else can we do if you have got a government which has closed off all other channels of peaceful change? What else could we do except to surrender, to resign ourselves to slavery? And we couldn't do that as long as the people were willing, because this is their own war. The people are actually the ones who urged us on to fight. If we do not have this support, we would never have started such a war.
Roboti did not value self-determination. He valued the education of the people of the North. And in fact, it did not mean the people of the North, it meant himself.
After 5 years of fighting, the NRA captured Kampala on January 26, 1986, overthrowing the military government of Tito Okello Lutwa, who had earlier ousted Milton Obote.
I, Yoweri Museveni, swear that I will be faithful and bear true allegiance to the Republic of Uganda, and that I will preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution. So help me God.
In the years that followed, the force underwent major restructuring, downsizing, professionalization, and a shift toward conventional military organization, becoming the Uganda People's Defense Forces, UPDF, under the 1995 Constitution. The UPDF Act of 2005 further anchored its mandate as a professional, national force, now supported by specialized formations, including the Special Forces Command. Today, the UPDF is organized in two force services: the Land Force, the Air Force, the Special Forces Command, and the Reserve Force. Its core mission is national defense, regional stability through deployments, and support to civil authorities when required. The top leadership includes President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, the Commander-in-Chief, General Muhoozi Kainerugaba, the Chief of Defense Forces, and Lieutenant General Samuel Okeding, the Deputy CDF and Inspector General of Defense Forces. The service commanders include Lieutenant General Kayanja Muhanga for the Land Force, Lieutenant General Charles Okidi for the Air Force, Major General David Mugisha for the Special Forces Command, and Lieutenant General Charles Otema for the Reserve Force.
One of the successes, I think, is really to transform Uganda Army from the KAR mentality, the colonial legacy, the King's African Rifle legacy of the army, which was supposed to be in the hands of a ruler. Because the army in Uganda, during the British rule and even the post-independence Uganda, the army was a tool to be used to suppress people for the rulers. And I think UPDF, NRA UPDF, they have tried to make a pro-people army. And that's the reason why it was, I think, named Uganda People's Forces, trying to show a difference between this now current army from all the armies.
UPDF Land Force evolved from the guerrilla NRA into a professional, conventional force responsible for national security, border defense, and regional operations. Over time, it has expanded capabilities, acquired modern equipment, and built specialized formations, among them infantry, armored, artillery, and marine elements. With Uganda's long and at times porous borders, the Land Force emphasizes rapid, intelligent deployment to detect, contain and neutralize threats. Lieutenant General Kayanja Muhanga is the commander of the Land Force, Major General Francis Takira is the acting deputy commander, and Brigadier General Chris Bagonza as Chief of Staff. The UPDF Air Force established under the Defense Forces legal framework, is responsible for defending Uganda's airspace and supporting operations on the ground. Its tasks also include casualty evacuation, VIP transport, search and rescue missions, disaster response and peace support operations, reflecting the reality that threats beyond Uganda's borders can quickly affect national security. Lieutenant General Charles Okidi is the commander for the Air Force, General David Biheimaiso Isimbwa is the deputy commander, and Brigadier General David Gonyi, the Chief of Staff.
We are witnessing the handover of the SFC flag.
The Special Forces Command, SFC, is the UPDF specialized component designed for rapid, high-readiness missions. Its mandate is to develop and operate a versatile special operations capability that can respond at short notice to national and UPDF requirements. The SFC is led by Major General David Mugisha, assisted by Brigadier General Paul Wanyera Namawa, the Chief of Staff. Uganda also maintains a reserve force, providing the ability to reinforce and, when necessary, reconstitute the defense forces. This reserve capability is treated as a strategic requirement across services. The reserve force is led by Lieutenant General Charles Otema, supported by Brigadier General Sechiranda Mwanje, the Chief of Staff.
The army for some time has been loved by the country, and I want to say they should continue keeping that legacy, where the people, when they used to see the army man, they would, or in uniform, they would feel happy. And it is still going on like that. But somehow, because of the political entanglements, I think somehow Ugandans are starting questioning the character of some officers. So they should improve on that, in politicization and training of the army. To know that they serve a nation, they don't serve a regime. So they need to continue that. But this is a Uganda army which serves a nation. They don't serve just a government of the day. They will continue being around.
Every year, on February 6th, Uganda observes Tarehe Sita as a public holiday, honoring veterans and recognizing the sacrifices of those who fought in the liberation struggle. The commemoration is also marked through UPDF Army Week, featuring civil-military activities such as town cleanups, school construction support, and free medical outreach, aimed at strengthening ties between the force and the public. As the country marks 45 years since Tarehe Sita, the day remains a national symbol of the UPDF's continuing commitment to safeguarding Uganda and contributing to stability in the region. Joram Paul Sonko, NTV Weekend Edition.